As you navigate the various dimensions of your life, it's clear that you are making substantial strides forward. You're not just inching along, you are boldly stepping into new experiences and seizing opportunities that come your way. However, amidst this process and this progress, it's essential to remember and nurture the connections you have with those around you. Reach out to individuals who inspire you, those whose work resonates with you or whose personal achievements motivate you to strive for more. I have been having my own personal achievements lately. I got certified as a wellness partner and coach on Saturday, November 9th. And I've been very happy with the fact that I can get into my community, be a part of my community, share with my community, and, be able to really encompass that in which I'm producing. It makes me feel comfortable with myself that I'm trying new things, exploring my innovative ideas, and I'm able to share those with people that it resonates with, people that I can connect with, that feel and vibrate and resonate on the same levels I do. Over the past week, a lot has changed. I have witnessed a few instances when the results of this election has put fear into people that I care about. And personally, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but the Lord has given us power. And it's imperative that at this time we remember how important it is to remember our grounding and our foundation and the people that have helped us to strengthen our foundation along the way. It's a lot of people for me to count every day that are inspirational, that are motivational, that connect with a part of my whole piece of my puzzle for my day. But it's people that make the day more vibrant, more fulfilling, more enjoyable, more passionate, and they pull out things in me that I never knew before. I'm just now discovering these aspects. So I'm glad that I was able, and this is personal, to be able to let things let things go, be in a new mindset and headspace, and be able to ascend and move forward in my life and in my journey. It's taken me down so many different pathways to be able to connect in so many different ways with people right now. I'm honored. I am overjoyed. I'm proud of myself for all of my many accomplishments this year. Even as unpredictable as this year was, there are still bountiful, plentiful things to be grateful for, to be blessed by. And as we continue to move forward without fear, there will be more fruits, fruition. There will be more things as time passes, as we are able to grow with this energy to be esteemed and elated by. I've been called right now to pour out my heart in my channels. And is it Jocelyn Grace? Is it Grace's Oasis? I have a lot of options to be able to communicate the love and support that I have in participation to my community. So I'm excited to be here, but I know that there's good work to be done and to be able to communicate not only the changes that are happening inside me, but the reflection of that I see in my world. And I'm attempting to encompass that and cover things that I might have struggled with, that I might have had to rethink and reassess in order to move forward, and share those tips, those suggestions, those mindsets, or those insights to others. So in whatever walk of life that you're experiencing, you're able to feel supported no matter when you get these messages, these intuitive insights, or these messages of love from someone in the universe that cares enough to just say something about what they're experiencing. I hope that it resonates on a level where you can feel engaged and supported and motivated and supported well, in a way that you can be empowered enough to break strongholds, to go through hard battles and hardships, to be able to have assistance in the spiritual warfare and the carrying of the cross that you go through. That somebody recognizes you and appreciates you too, and I thank you as well. It takes a lot to show up every day, especially in an uncertain world. But the fact that we do, and we keep our head up, and we keep progressing and looking forward to things that inspire us and comfort us and make us feel appreciated, seen, and heard, is priceless. I only want to think on things that I want. I only want to attract things that are good for me, that are good for my soul, my spirit, that are good for my body and my mind. Things that are good for my heart, that resonate with it, that are able to transform. Even when I re-listen to my videos, I want to be able to still feel that same energy that I'm feeling poured into my work, so that every time it's fresh, and that every time it connects on maybe another level, that maybe down the road somebody like is really going through the same things. Or maybe someone wants to reflect on the things that they have been through and say, you know what, I understand and I resonate. And I'm glad that I accomplished that. I'm glad that I got through that. I'm glad that I moved forward from that and was able to really appreciate the moment that I'm in, to be able to make conscious steps forward. It's a simple acknowledgement every day of gratitude to the people that support you, the people that inspire you, the people that motivate you. It's imperative in this journey, at this age, at this place, to keep fear from becoming a stumbling block in your pursuit of goals and your aspirations and your dreams. Understanding that fear is a universal emotion, and rather than allowing it to become a hindrance or a burden to you, use it as fuel to propel yourself forward. Someone just said this week, to when you feel the negative thoughts arise, to channel it. Let's say I'm manifesting a new truck, and there's a fear that's like either impatience, like when's it gonna get here, or more so like maybe it's lower vibrational, like can I afford the truck? Can I get the truck? And when those things start coming about, you just look at it and say with love, yes, you are worthy of a new truck. It's not letting the thoughts run rampant. It's like checking your thoughts as soon as they, like, does this need more love? That was one of the essential lessons that I learned this week, on how to stop negative thoughts from being too loud in the brain without a self-check. You understand? Like, I acknowledge you, I understand you, and I'm here to comfort you into a way that, I get that you might feel that way, but I deserve and I'm worthy. I don't have a lack mindset. I am able to have self-discipline and earn the things that I want, whether it's doing metaphysical work or physical work or subconscious work that's able to pull me in the direction of those things that I know I deserve, I want, I desire, I need, therefore I will achieve. And it's allowing the thoughts that you have bridge from one instance to another in a more direct form. It's taking control of the feeling and encompassing it with self-love, like you're self-soothing yourself, like it's okay to feel that way. And I understand that there are times in the past that maybe you felt like you didn't deserve or you weren't worthy, and you can just use these self-talk patterns in any of the things that you experience in life that make you feel like you're getting into a mode of self-doubt, or you're getting into a mode of lack in your self-worth. There's plenty of instances throughout our day where we feel apprehensive or doubtful or anxious, and we're living in a kind of comparison to someone else, maybe in kind of comparison to yourself. So keeping yourself and your thoughts organized and in check and in control means that ultimately you are in control of what you allow yourself to believe. Now they say, your thoughts aren't yours, but once you start putting energy behind it and you start putting thoughts to manifested action, then they are yours. And then you want to talk about intent and what your intentions are. But if they don't manifest in a productive way, then you have to manage how you think your intentions through to the reality. It's one thing to feel some kind of way on the inside. It's another thing to project that into your natural reality and wonder why you are going through what you go through if your inside isn't corrected. And a lot of that has to do with your self-image, your self-esteem, your self-care, your self-love, how you see yourself in self-image. How do you feel about yourself? And what steps can you take to overcome getting out of your comfort zone to make you maybe making some conscious choices that are going to put you in a mindset of your personal success and greatness? A lot of times that's not easy. A lot of times that does run us into a lot of having to face a lot of the things that we haven't in our shadow work. A lot of times that's really hard because we try to pacify what we feel versus what we know. And in such instances, you have to work through circumstances and situations where bad habits arise, or you have to say, well, even though it's like, winning $1 million, even though I won $1 million, does that mean that I blow it on things that don't serve my highest good? You think that God is going to bless you in this era to be able to do things that aren't serving you with the blessings that he gives you? And again, that comes back down to resonating with that gratitude and realizing that as you grow, you still have a foundation of being humble. You still have a foundation of, you don't have to give to things that don't serve you. You can find other ways to invest. You can find other ways to spend your time than things that are toxic to your growth. So, it's important to recognize the signs of self-sabotage that in your anxiety or as you go throughout moments of day-to-day uncertainty can emerge. Avoid the tendency to retreat from challenges or let doubt dictate your actions. Instead, challenge yourself to confront fears head on, taking a proactive and determined steps and approaches to your objectives and your goals. Emphasize progress no matter how small, please. And that's why I say about your thoughts and being more in control of what you're processing and how you process it and where you allow it to go into your body. You have trillions of cells in your body that are all cheering for you. And you want to make sure that you're feeding your mind positive things that promote well-being, stability, and balance. Challenge yourself to confront your fears and emphasize your progress. Be proud of the little things. Be happy with how you look at life, in the dew, in the rain, in the sun, with nature, with animals. Like take really good appreciation of these things in your life. So as you grow, you can really, like I said, my handy dandy notebook, there's nowhere I go without it. And a lot of this is just pulling in my notes, because last week I really wanted to say some things, and I wanted to be, like I said, sensitive to my friends really going through after the results last week. And I just wanted to take a moment to check in with myself to make sure that I'm aligned, that I'm delivering messages of love and not chastisement. And it's a process, because you want to make sure things happen. But like I said, I wanted to cover how to handle loss with grace, how to handle adversity, you know how to debate and still be friends. It's things like this that I wanted to cover in Grace's Oasis last week, that I was just like, I just want to take a moment to just respect people. And in doing so, I wanted to give an intuitive message on today, or whenever this message finds you. But this is what inspired this message, so that I'll be able to kind of get into me a little bit more. But, because there's a method to my madness, but also dive deeper and take this opportunity to dive deeper into healing, self awareness, mental health, mental wealth, and making sure that, as we go forward, as we grow forward, in my community, and in the society, and in our culture, and in our world, that there is things to be happy, jubilant, joyful about, especially when I tune out the world and focus on my inner strengths, my personal progress, my inner peace. When these things are, shut off, and I'm not worried about how things are going to work out there, but how can I make things work out within me, and make me the priority, and make sure that I'm spiritually balanced, and I have edification that's going to promote good and goodness and wellness, and my best, my higher self, staying in my North Node energy. Then I feel uplifted, strengthened, supported, guided. I feel like I'm depending on the universe, and the universe is fulfilling my needs, because I'm sitting in a state of expectancy, because I'm not only doing the shadow work and working through whatever things may arise, and confronting it with love, and embracing it within myself, because that's fine. I can feel whatever emotion, as long as I center and ground back in and tune back in, and making sure that what I have around me is what's really resonating to my highest frequency. So, whatever once intimidated me is now a true source of my strength, you see. And that's the beauty of alchemy. That's the beauty of transmutation. No matter what the world has going on, I'm okay. I'm not concerned so much about what goes on in the world. They didn't influence me. They don't pay my bills anyway. I am truly focused on what I got going on for me. And maybe while I'm sitting here, I could do something a little better. I could do something a little less. I could be a little bit more focused, because if I'm working on me, then I'm making sure that the accountability is present. And I'm taking full responsibility and conscious responsibility of my thoughts and my actions, because these things are strengthening my character and my beliefs. And like I said, I've been in tune with myself, to where I've just finished a course in behavioral health and mental health and wellness. But I just finished this course packed like I said, 988 National Suicide and Mental Health Awareness Hotline in case of any issues that you might have, a crisis that you're facing, or a friend, or if you're in a situation where someone is going through some things and you don't know what to do. Call 988. And it's a number that we have to get out to make sure that we have an understanding of our responsibility towards mental health, making sure that we're okay and make sure that others around us are in a safe space, and that you're responsible enough to know what to do in times of crisis, what to do in case of, you know, something becomes a little out of your control. It's all right. You have a friend that will be able to be with you 24/7, 365 on the other line, that'll talk you through processes and get you whatever help in whatever direction you might need. So it's important to, when you talk about self-care and you talk about, making sure that you're doing your part and not just being accountable for yourself, but sometimes on the job, sometimes, you just get into situations where, I just want to make sure that person's okay. I just want to make sure I'm okay. And you could just, anonymously just call up, see what options they have. Because like I said, the classes and courses that I've been taking lately have been so influential in how I can approach mental health in others. Coming out of a toxic relationship, a severe trauma bonded relationship. In the last year, I've been able to see the toxicity and as what it is. When you take a step back, you can see things a lot clearer. And I knew that wasn't going to be a productive relationship anyway, based on the fact that it had a lot of traumatic issues with it. It had a lot of red flags in the beginning that, due to the fact that I was healing, I ignored, and then of course, right in the middle of that relationship, I had the procedure for my stage 4 breast cancer, the mastectomy, the chemotherapy, and the radiation. And really that just put me in a position where I had to look out for my best interest. I had to prioritize myself. And then after I rung my bell, I went back with this person and I tried it for another year. It didn't work out, and that was it. But I had to heal the parts of me that needed that. And I know that I was going through a lot in the first place. But as I worked through myself, my shadow work, and transmuting all that energy, I really got to a point on the other side where now I'm an instrument that God can use to allow me to help others get through an array of different issues. I've been married before. I'm a mom of 41 of 5 children, with a grandchild, and it's just, I'm really conscious of how I protect my peace these days. I'm really conscious of the types of people I have in my life. It's like a personal inventory, if you will, of making sure that what I got going on in the inside aligns with what's going on the outside. So I have been taking on a lot of creative projects now, coming through now my second year of healing and remission from cancer, and really taking ownership on where direction I want my life to go. At this point, I'm single. I'm taking a lot of self-reflection time. Like I said, I just got certified to be able to make a life that I'm enjoying, I'm proud of, I'm comfortable with at this point, with everything that I've learned, all my experiences, and being able to share that with other people that might need to come out of situations that might be hindering their growth, hurting them, holding them back, ones that they feel like maybe is a trauma bond, or how do you get out of these situations, and how do you and how do you cater to yourself and look at yourself after you feel like you've been in a situation that kind of ran you ragged and kind of had you really messed up, in your self-esteem and in your reputation. And I've been with somebody that was so jealous of me and so envious of my blessings, that and competitive, that it got so toxic. And it's like I could only do but so much to provide an example of what I want my kids to see. But when it's a grown person that is choosing self-destructive methods, self-sabotaging methods, completely ignoring their intuition, doing things in spite, and it's like, I just use it as a very transformative tool to be able to launch myself into better areas for myself that I knew I would resonate better with, that I knew that I would grow with. That even though it didn't work out with that, I knew that I have a lot of good skills, talents, and a lot of good character in myself, that I'm able to produce relationships, environments that do bring out the best in me, that do show off my higher self and my purpose, that do uh, allow me to produce out of my raw talent and my raw authenticity, that allow me to not have to wear a mask and be as real and as raw as I would like, without feeling like somebody is offended by my truth or my honesty or just the way that I carry. That's way on the back burner. That has nothing to do with my future. Other people's opinions, how other people perceive me, what people perceive of me is none of my business. And I have to remember to keep that in perspective as I'm growing into my new talents and my new pursuits in life at this point in my life. Because now it's not just about, what I've been through, but it's how I can transmute all that and put all that experience to good work. And that's what you're listening to today. So I'm hoping that all this is resonating with you. I'm really excited to be able to share the things that I've been learning in my healing process with you, and to just share things with you that would be able to, not only assist in where you might be, but also help you grow into where we're going together, where we're growing together. So I'm really happy that I'm able to deliver an insightful message, and I'm gonna try to bring more messages of clarity and insight out of respect, to the times that we're going through. But just being conscious and mindful that we're trying to do this together. We're all in this together. Even though things happen that people are not happy with, it's important that we still remember how this is supposed to be like unity. You know, this is about unity. This is about bringing our people together, one nation under God, you know what I'm saying, as a republic, and feeling good that the people now can see a positive way forward, that people, I hope, are inspired to see the positivity that can happen with your input and your creativity moving forward, and bringing a lot of light and love into a world that needs it. A lot of light and love into dark places and situations that, yeah, these things might have happened over time. It affected people that made wrong choices, wrong decisions, or were influenced to do so, or were persuaded and abused to do so. But at the same time, what you're able to do and your self-empowerment is able to bring you to a point that has inspired you to, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so now is the perfect moment to turn your dreams or your creativity into and visions into reality, because so many people can benefit from just the ways that you can be innovative and creative on expressing your truth. A lot of things are happening around us, but how do you bring the good, the peace, uh the righteousness, the blessing to the situation? How are you allowing spirit to move you into a way, into a position that helps support and helps breathe life into dark and otherwise desperate, if you will, fearful, anxious situations, and run it into your mind. Go into your scripting about it, because right now, I want to say that there's a lot of and there's a spirit of innovation right now. It's the perfect time to be able to harness some of this creativity and make it be a voice of light and love and compassion into a world that is building on it. Is redesigning the foundation for it. There may be people going through transformations, subtle yet profound transformations within you, that you've yet to fully acknowledge. That's even like processes that are you're passing tests. You're going through life's levels. You're like me. You see your wins, and you're celebrating in private. You're appreciating the time that it's taking you to work on things and work on yourself. Maybe you're in hermit mode, or like me, in solitude, where you're just letting yourself cultivate what it is you want. You're tuning out things that don't align with that higher vibration that you feel you're being called to right now. So make space for that in your life. It's really important that you get a lot of, like I said, I keep my journal. I go into like sometimes on YouTube, I'll just watch them. How, like, even my videos, you see the motivational videos, and I'm silly enough that I'll even put it on 2 times, just so I can retain the information faster, and just have that going in the background. If I'm cleaning or if I'm folding laundry and stuff, I'll have some of those constructive things on 2 times or 1.5 going in the background, so I can just get in a lot of information, and then I can slow it down, run it back real quick if there's something that I really want to listen to, or something that catches my eye. So I can kind of tailor my creativity. I have multiple ways to express that. Like, I'll go in nature. I'm a tree hugger. I'll hug a tree. I'll go out there. I'll enjoy the sun. I'll take my bottled water, put it up to the sun. I'll or my cup of tea, and I'll put it up to the sun and think of the rays, like, just energizing. I really get into some really serene, peaceful moments when it comes to expressing my art, my passion, and my creativity, and just my moment, my dove kind of thing. So, you have to really embrace this journey of self discovery and growth. Trust that your path is resilient, and your destiny remains intact no matter what external challenges you may face. So no matter what you're facing, and no matter how you might perceive what's going on, everything is in divine timing. Everything, like, everyone, I get upset when people fear monger, and you have to remember that it's on God's time. Just because you want to press on about something does not mean it's going to happen the way you think and the way you want. You have to be flexible with spirit to move in your life and in the lives of others on God's time, in divine timing. Okay, so be patient with what you expect and your expectations this week, this month, this year, on when put the good out there. Expect the love back, no matter how it chooses to show itself. No matter how you can script and have goals and dreams and things, but when it shows up, all you to do is just go in the direction of what makes you happiest most. You're supposed to say yes to things that reflect that inner peace, that inner happiness, that inner joy that you are putting as the foundation to your new beginning, because that's what I'm doing too. And as you reflect on your life, take a productive, proactive approach, to evaluate the attachments and influences that surround you. Personal inventory is so important. Identifying any habits, substances, or relationships that no longer serve your highest purpose or contribute positively to your well-being. That is a critical self-examination. That's why I say the personal inventory is essential, so that you can be accountable to what you're maybe, and that's what the suggestions were. Maybe it's something small and subtle that you do in excess that is robbing you of the spirit of keeping you from fruition. Maybe something that, just because you're grown, you're able to do, doesn't mean that you should be doing it. Maybe that self-check, maybe because you do something, you think that it might be okay, but in reality you're doing it to excess, and you have to take personal accountability if you really want to divulge in that. Like, I smoke cigarettes still, unfortunately, and I say that because my mom smokes cigarettes, and it's hard sometimes to break that habit, especially when somebody else is in total necessity to stop. an unfortunate enabler, and I'm looking for ways like now, like I got her on the Nicorette gum and things like that to kind of curb her, buying her the Starlight mints and stuff to try to curb her so that I'm smoking less, she's smoking less. Because I've been wanting to quit. Obviously, if I say I had breast cancer, obviously that's on the top of the list. However, being under the influences that I was and going through as much stress as I was, that was something that I continued to do. And not to be too hard on myself, but I know that gently, my mother has been smoking well over, at least she's 74. So at least, the last 60 years, she's been smoking since she was a teenager. So, there's things that, I know that it's hard for her to break, but because of both of our health conditions and our responsibilities, it's imperative that we kind of wean away from that, you know what I'm saying, and get off that. So I'm just being responsible and being accountable for the fact that I contribute, I enable. If I do these things to curb it, then I can, kind of wean us out of this. But it's like taking a real hands-on approach about how are we really going to stop spending. And it's, even if it's harmless, even if it's 5 cigarettes a day, we still don't need to be spending that money. You know what I'm saying? It's still like you're still contributing to somebody or something that is not in your best interest. You see what I'm saying? So just taking like that's just an example of my personal accountability of just saying, I might have something that I still do that, you know what I'm saying, might not, it might not hurt now, but you just want to make sure that your future is secure and you're doing everything that you can to provide yourself with the best future possible. I thank God every day for the life I have, and that my mother is still with me, and that we can still, after a good meal, just chill back, on the porch and just be like, okay, that was a good day, and smoke us a cigarette together and just, take it all in. And how do you, okay, well, we sipping our tea, but instead of smoking cigarettes, we have to find something like, and not replacing cigarettes for food, being conscious of, of what happens. But it's just, and then even if we did it once a day, is that better? You know what I'm saying? Like if we waited all day to just have a cigarette at night, is that better? So you have to just, really take into accountability. And like I say, I use a lot of my own personal examples to kind of make my points and everything, even though this message is, you know what I'm saying, it's like it's for me, it's you know what I'm saying, but I know that a lot of people go through the same things, and we go through things in our mind where we kind of try to justify doing some things we have no business. And that's when you really have to take accountability and take some self-control and have some self-discipline and say, but is it worth it though? You know what I'm saying? I know it's hard. And as you wean yourself, don't be too hard on yourself. But just be conscious and mindful of the things that you're doing on this new beginning, that, you can't take these things with you. A lot of things you, like my friend Shanita said, what did she say? You might be smoking and then you go to a new house, and then you bring in that same cigarette smoke to your house. And I thought that was like, the whole message that she gave, Shanita, was very on point. But that's the takeaway of why I wanted to make this video too, because a lot of people are really being influenced to do things creatively right now, and I'm so proud of all my accomplishments. But I don't want to take any bad habits that I can kind of, I can really, I stopped drinking after that ex toxic relationship. Even though I wasn't a lot, I wasn't, but that man was so belligerent and drunk all the time that it just cut me off from wanting to do that anymore. So as of January, I might have only toasted up like 4 times this year, and that was it. And I knew that, if I'm really serious about my mental health and my stability coming out of this relationship, I didn't want anything around me that was going to remind me of that stuff. So I just completely cut it out. And now that he's been gone for like a year, I'm still not in a rush to do those bad habits. I'm still not trying to, I got alcohol from my girlfriend's birthday, but even then we toasted up for my birthday, and I didn't toast up for hers. And I feel kind of like I said, I feel some kind of way about that, but and she understands, and it's okay. And that's the love that you're looking for, is people that are more compassionate with your, oh, I'm sorry, we used to do that together, but now we don't do so much of that anymore. Is that cool? And we can still be friends? Yeah. And that's what I'm surrounding myself with, that same energy that, you're going to love me regardless, but I'm not the same person that I used to be. And there's been a lot more changes than that, but that, like I said, it's just an example of, something that I just decided to, just say, it might not, I might, even if it might not have been my problem, I still feel like I contributed it. So let me just remove myself from that energy, that reality altogether, and just take a moment to just heal from that, because I don't need that to heal. You know what I mean? I don't need alcohol to heal, at all. I mean, I really wasn't a drinker like that anyway, especially since my mom, um, was drinking heavily before her stroke in 2019, and it just wasn't something that really led me to, you have a drink on Friday night and that's about it, you know what I'm saying? But to the excess that man did, oh my gosh, like that was just like a really interesting situation for me. But like I said, I used all this time to transmute all those things into something positive. And I only say that to say that yes, I have enough self control to say, okay, yes, I want this right now. I don't need a cigarette, in 5 hours kind of thing. Like I can go a while without having to indulge in vices or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm really allowing, and more that you abstain, um, the more you're able to channel your creative process. So, I'm not, just because I'm not doing that doesn't, like I said, the smoking and the eating, just because I'm not doing one thing doesn't mean I'm running to something else. You know what I mean? So, um, I'm just really happy and able to, have that self control now to say, I don't need that. I can say no to that because I'm really saying yes to more of the things that I really want in my life. So, having self checks, what I'm saying, going through your like having a self priority self check, self examination, checking in with what's inside going on is essential right now, as your ability to attract blessings and joy into your life is intricately linked to your willingness to let go of what doesn't resonate with your true self. And embracing the necessary inner work and self reflection for this process is foundational to your growth and transformation. So, wrapping up this message this evening, I'm really hoping that I touched on everything that I wanted in this celebratory weekend, for myself. That I'm, like I said, I'm very proud of all of the accomplishments that I was able to achieve in the last year, really. And um, I wanted to like I said, I'm going to still continue with Graceless Oasis, but I'm just finding different ways to express that healing, and put it in ways that I can get some of these intuitive messages for myself out there to share with you, so that we can kind of understand, this healing journey together, and just, from all the influences that we see, just making sure that we're checking in and vibing on, um, high vibrations and high frequencies as possible, because there's a lot of things going on, like I said, in the world, and we just want to tap in and turn on to what serves us. You know what I'm saying? We don't chase, we attract nothing but goodness, prosperity, and abundance. You know what I'm saying? So remain vigilant about the temptations that might lead you towards self-destructive behaviors. Again, these temptations can present themselves in various forms, like toxic relationships, toxic people, toxic work environments, compulsive habits or addictive behaviors. And developing an awareness of these patterns is crucial, as realization is the first step towards breaking free from their grasp. And dedicate yourself to liberating your mind and spirit from anything that distracts you, um, from your sense of well-being. Focus on embracing the positive changes that will lead you to a life filled with greater fulfillment, peace, and harmony. Okay, the universe is working in our favor at all times. God is great, God is good at all times. So we're making sure that we are in alignment and in the right frequency to attract more, and like I said, writing these affirmations are so important because, like I said, when you transmute those negative thoughts that come up or those anxieties that arise in your mind, and being able to come right back at it, you know what, I might have too much here, but I'm going to correct that with a little bit more love, and I'm going to be patient with myself, and I'm going to allow myself to be able to have the time and space that it is so I can change into the person that I want. I mean, really get into it, really pour into yourself, because after all, in relationships, that's what we want somebody to do to us, right? We have to be able to provide what we ask, what I require, I also can provide. You have to be a powerhouse of the love that you expect people to have for you, and that's how you can kind of do some self check-ins and see, are you aligning in the if you're going into self-doubt and negativity and lack and self esteem issues. Are you enticed by a partner with the same thing? It's something to think about tonight as I leave you with this message. And as we go forward into this new week, because I did want to tune in, check in with you guys, because I've had a really great run with Grace's Oasis the last few weeks, and I'm just like my son say, I'm just doing my toe in the water, just stepping my toe in the water and trying it out, doing twiddly knobs and seeing what I can really expound on. But I did want to just come on tonight and have a more personal message for you as we come into a new month with new intentions, wrapping up this year and moving into a season of greatness and success. So I'm so glad to see you in the Oasis. Like I said, 988, always important to remember about making sure that we have support in our mental health and our overall state of wellness for ourselves and others. And you all continue to be prosperous and blessed and comforted this evening. And do something nice for yourself so that you can stay grounded and aligned with that self love. God loves you, so do I. Take care, and until next time.